Hey guys, welcome. It's Chef Jason, working today with my friends at Colorado Proud in the Colorado Department of Agriculture. And we are very excited for today's recipe because it is all about those beautiful, amazing, delicious Pueblo chilies. That's right, we've got a fantastic cornbread today that I'm pretty sure is going to be the talk of your next dinner, cornbread event, cornbread festival, or anything you're doing that you're bringing cornbread. This is going to be the hit. So be sure to grab today's recipe and follow along, but super easy prep, very easy ingredients. We're gonna do half on the grill, right? We're gonna show you how to grill those Pueblos off, get them roasted just beautifully, and then we're gonna finish everything in the oven today for a smooth and easy bake. So thanks for hanging out with us. Let's get cooking. We took these guys out onto our grill, got them charred on all sides, just to a beautiful doneness that we like. Keep in mind, you can always go more or less. Then when you're done, we go right in here into a metal pan or a disposable pan with a little bit of plastic wrap. That's gonna help steam these guys, soften them, and let us remove those charred bits a little bit easier. Now, ingredient-wise, we're gonna do some cornmeal in here today. You can use coarse or fine, that'll be fantastic. Some all-purpose flour. We have salt, baking soda, baking powder, a little bit of brown sugar just to give it a little bit of richness and depth. We've got some whole eggs. We're using a Mexican crema or Mexican table sour cream. We've got some sharp cheddar. You can easily use mild if you want. Then we've got a little bit of whole milk, and then into it, we're gonna add some of that beautiful Colorado sweet corn as well. Then the secret today, look at this. We parchment lined a 10-inch cast iron pan. We're gonna do all of our baking in there. What I love about the parchment lining is I'm actually gonna spray this with a little bit of pan spray, get that all prepped and ready, but this is gonna help that cornbread come out easier so we don't lose any when it comes to the first cut. Well, like I said, what I like to do when we're done roasting those chilies is put them into a pan, cover them with just a little bit of plastic wrap like we have here. Then what happens is you can see that plastic creates a little bit of steam. The steam helps separate that charred skin off there, and now all we do is go through and simply peel these Pueblo chilies, get ready to use them in any dish we need, and we don't have to worry about any of that charred skin. That right there, Chef's Tip 101. As you can see, we've got the corn already ready, and we've got the Pueblo chilies all diced up and ready to go. Like I said, peeling those has never been easier. Now, first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and mix all of the dry ingredients. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that cornmeal. I'm gonna add that flour in there. I'm gonna add the salt, and I'm just using a coarse ground kosher salt. Works out great. A little bit of baking soda, a little bit of baking powder. We'll get this all mixed up here real quick, like that. And then we'll go ahead and add that brown sugar. Now, I did pack that 1/4 cup of brown sugar. I love brown sugar. I think it adds such a beautiful richness to this dish and to this cornbread for sure. So we'll go ahead and just go through here, get this all mixed up. That is going to be the dry ingredients. Now, first thing we're gonna do is we soften that butter up. We're gonna go ahead and add our Mexican crema, which is just a Mexican table cream or Mexican sour cream. Works out fantastic. I actually like it better than sour cream itself. This is a little bit more tart, a little bit more hearty in flavor. And you know, we're going for good flavors here. So we'll go through and just get that mixed together. Everything incorporated, right? Like so. All right. We call that creaming, right? We're just kind of creaming the fat and the sour cream together. Next, we're gonna go ahead and show you the fancy one-handed crack without any shell in there, might I add, on both of them. Hooray, good job. All right, next we'll get this, break those yolks up, get that added in there as well. Same thing here, we're just gonna go through, get all this mixed up nice and neat. This is gonna form the wet ingredients, and you want to get this broken down real nice. You don't want any clumps and bumps and lumps in here. So now we'll go ahead and add that 1 1/4 cups of whole milk I'm using on this. You could use skim if you're concerned with fat content, cholesterol, any of that stuff. Go ahead and substitute where needed to meet your dietary needs. Should work out fine. Look at that, nice and set. All right, next up, we're gonna go ahead and add the cheese. Get our handle out of there. We'll get that added to it. Now, one of the things you're probably wondering is, wait, When is he going to add the salt? When is he going to add the pepper? I'm actually not, because in the sour cream, we've got some salt, we've got some acidity. In the cheese, we've got some salt as well. We've got flavoring with the brown sugar. We've got a little bit of salt in the dry ingredients. So I really feel like between all the salt we have in some of these individual things and some of the components or ingredients, I think we're okay. We're going to be a little bit easy on the salt on this one. Next up, we'll add the rest of our stuff. Now what we're gonna do is we added our green chili and our corn at the last minute. I'm gonna let this sit for just about 5 minutes. I want everything to kind of soften up a little bit. I want that corn to absorb some of that moisture. We'll let this guy sit, and then we'll come back, you guys. It is time to add the dry to the wet to the dry, and get it in the pan and get it out in the oven and get it baking. Well, here we are. Right after 45 minutes, you saw we checked it with the toothpick to see where we were at and to gauge our doneness. And at about 30 minutes, we still had a little bit of moisture on the toothpick, so we went a little bit longer. And like I said, go as long or as short as you like, but make sure it's cooked, and then you can gauge it a little bit longer for your doneness. Now, we pulled it out, left it in the pan for about 5 minutes to let it cool, and then you guys, look at this. That parchment allows you to lift this up carefully out of the pan. Nothing is stuck to the pan. That is a chef tip of chef tips right there. So very excited. We've got one plated up here because, you know, we had to take some pictures to make it look food fancy. And now we're going to get in here and cut in and do a little quality control. Now, you could easily serve this with honey, with butter, however you please. But I'll tell you what, I'm going straight out with a little bit of just warm cornbread. I'll tell you, I wish you could smell the kitchen because it smells absolutely fantastic.